Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my All Elite Wrestling AEW All Out 2020 review. Now, this is the third iteration of All Out, if I'm not mistaken. Well, technically it's the second, because the first pay-per-view was All In. So All In, then All Out, then All Out, 2? Whatever. I always see whatever the show's called, All In, All Out. This to me is AEW's WrestleMania. So my expectations are a lot higher when it comes to these kind of shows. You'll have to excuse me if I come across a little too critical, maybe a little bit nitpicky, but when I pay $50, my expectations are a little bit more stern. Because now I'm spending my hard-earned money. Unlike with WWE, it's just $10 a month. So I can't complain that much.
Will you still review NXT this Tuesday?
Not the time to ask that. We'll have to see. This is an AEW review. But if I feel NXT is worth a review, I will do a review of NXT. But yeah, I think that goes for everyone. When you spend $50 on the show, it needs to feel like you got your money's worth. And I'm not gonna lie, I love you AEW, but this was not a $50 show. It wasn't. It was decent, but it wasn't worth $50. So to some, it might be a bad show. To a lot of people, it would be, because it's not worth the money. With that said, it wasn't all bad. We're going to break down the card, the results, and I'll give you my ratings. And if you like what I have to say, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, please help expand the brand by doing the following. Buy yourself a t-shirt today. Pro Wrestling Tees or Teespring. There's a new school series of Alyx's World t-shirts. There's an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt for you throwback fans. And then there's blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America. For all you blonde hair wrestling fans out there. If you love them blonde, get them today. Teespring or Pro Wrestling Tees. In the meantime, like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at VX1. Alyx's World. Also give me a follow on Instagram. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com. Donate, as you see with Sam P. Boone, using Super Chat. Super Chats are officially on throughout the broadcast. If you donate, your Super Chat will be played live on the air. Also, you can donate using PayPal or Patreon, whenever fits your bill. And as always, when I go to give shout-outs, my live chat is not working, so everybody say the magical words. AEW is the greatest? No, AEW is the best. Okay, how about AEW is one of the best? AEW is the greatest of all time. Okay, there it is. I guess that was the password. AEW is the greatest of all time. All right, I got to remember that. Remember, that's the password. AEW is the greatest of all time. I should have said AEW is better than WWE. Who knows? Let's give a couple of shout-outs to the people here in the live chat. Thank you to the moderators, Elias Ademi, Firestar Heart, and Ultra Shadow 97 for being here. I want to give a shout-out to the following people. Adam Ritter, Heartbreak Kid Rotstar, Catherine Taiga. I think it's Taiga. I like Catherine Taiga. That works. Chase Games, Jordan Williams, the Elite Squad, the Elite. Tino YT, Astro Thief, Chase Games, KDTV, Zachary Hain, Brad, is it Cheney? I want to say Cheney. Close enough. Andy Rus. Close enough. Not even close. Latrell is here. John Witt, Regito boy, 09. Night Thrax, Gemini Valdez. Let's see here. Gen X 6887. I see that super chat coming in. I'm gonna let that play. Imarola 408, Christopher Carter, and Jeremy
The blade job during the Mox MJF fight was unnecessary. I know that they wanted to do the fake out of this match ending the same way his and Cody's did, but having two other blade jobs early this week kind of numbed it for me.
I don't know. I feel like the main event needed the blood. I think it helped make it a little bit more interesting. Because after what happened in the middle of the show, the incident, it was hard to really come back from that. So, not gonna waste too much time. Speaking on preliminary stuff, there was a pre-show. It was the Dark Order versus, I think it was Private Party, and Private Party won. By the way, love John Silver, easily the best part of BTE. Just saying. But outside of that, let's just get right to the card. It's late. The show was like 3.5 hours long. Y'all are tired. I'm not going to keep you here for long. Let's get right to it. You ready? Strap in. And by the way, if you haven't seen The Boys on Amazon Prime, it's worth the watch. Just a little side note. That show is amazing. Please check it out. It's worth your time. All right. They moved Big Swole and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, to the main card. Which, by the way, when they announced it on the pre-show, I was one of the fans that said, "Are you shitting me? You gave this feud 3 months of build, and you're going to put it on the pre-show? What's wrong with y'all? That doesn't make any sense. You don't do that. They deserve the main card. We deserve to pay $50 to see them." Well, look. When it comes to the tooth and nail match, I wasn't expecting it to be a cinematic match. I'm assuming this means Britt Baker isn't necessarily 100% yet, because that was an odd choice to go with, especially to open the show. I'm not saying that you couldn't have it on the main card, but I would think if you have a cinematic, you would move that to somewhere suitable. Like if you wanted to make that the second thing we see, sweet, but you opened the show with a cinematic. All right, that's an interesting choice. With that said, this was a comedy match. It was everything you would expect in a comedy match. You had a couple of, I don't know what to call them little Three Stooges flip-flopping moments from Reba. By the way, love me some Rebel, but Reba, excuse me, that's what she's called here by Dr. Britt Baker. And whoever gets their name mixed up or messed up by Dr. Britt Baker, understand that it's not a mix-up or a mess-up. She is blessing you. Dr. Britt Baker is changing your name for the better. Rebel was aight. It was aight. You know, not that big of a deal, though. Reba? Star. Because the role model did her a favor. So she's Reba. Anyways, yeah, she was great. There was a moment where Britt Baker fell, I think she fell off a tractor, and then Reba fell into a trash can. And then while Reba was flip-flopping around, she gave thank you for the super chat, Ninth Black. She gave Dr. Britt Baker the crutch while she was in the trash can, which was a great moment. This was fine. It wasn't long. It didn't overstay its welcome. It was 7 minutes long. And Big Swole got the victory by putting Britt Baker to sleep with one of them gas masks. Oh, and yeah, Britt stuck a syringe through her leg, which I'm pretty sure pissed off Jon Moxley, because he's like, look, I'm supposed to be the CZW guy. I'm supposed to be using the weapons that you shouldn't be using. But Britt Baker took a syringe to the knee. Oh! That was crazy. I don't like needles. I know some of y'all are just like, okay, I couldn't do it. Like, when I give blood, I can't look at the needle go into my skin. I have to look away. It actually hurts more for me when I see the needle go into my skin, because I'm just like, But if I look away and I just see a pinch, I'm like, okay, it's in. But the moment I look at it, I'm like, it hurts. So I'm a weenie when it comes to needles. Excuse me. But yeah, I definitely feel that The match was fine. It was entertaining. Big Swole winning with a gas mask protects Britt Baker. She didn't get pinned. We're cool with that. And you can move on from this feud if you want to. At the same time, I do have to wonder, why didn't we just get a match? Is Britt still hurt? Like, is she not cleared to wrestle? I don't know. You tell me. So we go from that, again, very interesting way to open the show, to one of the best matches of the night. The Jurassic Express. That's Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy Jack Perry taking on the Young Bucks. This was great. Fast-paced, high-flying tag team action. Really good stuff from both teams. And what I really liked about this was the Young Bucks healing up. They were the heels in this match. Kind of similar to what they did with Hangman Page and Kenny Omega, but even more so, they were assholes. They didn't cheat or anything like that, but they were, I think, what's his name? Marco Stunt got super kicked. Just because. Well, Marco Stunt did interfere, so he kind of deserved it. But still, like, they were mean. And I liked it. I liked the aggression. I think that's what they're missing. And we'll talk more about that when I get to Kenny Omega's match. But this was a great match, and even though they beat Jurassic Express, I thought Jungle Boy Jack Perry especially looked good in defeat. And to see Luchasaurus do a goddamn dive to the crowd, from the ring into the crowd, was insane. That was a crazy spot to take him out. But they made Jack Perry look really, really good. Jungle Boy Jack, as Jim Ross likes to call him. The Young Bucks, yeah, they needed to win this. Okay, I was going to save it for King Omega. I'm just going to say here. Look, it's been a full year since the Young Bucks, Omega, the Elite, have basically allowed the roster to overtake them. They have nerfed their own momentum. They have nerfed their superstar statuses on purpose so the rest of the roster can get over. Respect. I can respect that. Cody did the same thing. I understood why you did it. I can see why you did it. It's been a full year. I think it's time you take your spot on top. It's time. It is. I love the Young Bucks. I love what they've done with the company so far, and I respect them for what they've done. It's time to just take your spot on top. You are the best, one of the best tag teams in the world right now, alongside FTR. So it's time we book you like it. It's okay. Just because you're getting booked strong doesn't mean you're killing the company. That just means you're the best talent. You're one of the best talents we got. Think about it this way. In 2020, who has the best match in AEW? Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and the Young Bucks. Who had the best match in AEW last year? Cody Rhodes and his brother. Who had the most talked about match last year? Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. Guys, we need to stop doing this whole, well, Omega and the Young Bucks can't be booked strong. They can't look too strong because they own the company. They're the best talent they got. Okay, they have executive positions. That doesn't mean they can't look strong. They have to lead. They have to stay on top. They have to be booked like they're the best so the rest of the roster can come up to their level. They need to understand, I'm not talking about the Young Bucks, but the roster needs to understand if they have an issue with the Young Bucks getting booked strong. For you to make more money, the people who are the best need to be the best. And then you need to come up to their level, not them coming down to yours. That doesn't get you over. What gets you over is them establishing a level and you meeting their level. So I am waiting for the Young Bucks and Omega to just say, all right, we're not going to nerf ourselves anymore. It's time to get back to the level we were once at. Make sense? So yeah, the Young Bucks needed this win. And I hope they get more aggressive as time goes by, as they build to their match with FTR. Okay, so here we go. This is where the show tanks. This is where it begins to tank. Doesn't necessarily tank, but it begins to tank. I'm talking about the 21-man casino battle royal for the for an AEW Championship opportunity. The following people in this match are as follows. Trent, Christopher Daniels, Jake Hager, The Blade, Ray Phoenix, Frankie Kazarian, Big Willie Hobbs, Chucky T, Santana and Ortiz, Billy Gunn, Pentagon Jr., Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Darby Allin, Shawn Spears, Eddie Kingston, The Butcher, Sonny Kiss, Lance Archer, and the debuting Matt Sydal. So, this match was not good. It was pretty underwhelming. As many people as you had in that match, I don't remember anyone standing out. And the ones that did stand out are not for good reasons. Matter of fact, the one that stands out the most was Matt Sydal. Because he botched a shooting star press. Literally 3 seconds into the match, he botches. He slips off the top rope and almost breaks his neck. And you go, oh my god, what a terrible way to debut. Horrible way to debut. And it was scary. It almost looked like he did break his neck. He continued the match afterwards, but that was not a good spot for anybody. But that was one of those things where you go, shoot, is Matt okay? It just took you out of the match. The other spot that took me out of the match, well, actually, there's one more other spot I want to talk about too. It's the spot where Darby Allin is being zipped up in his, whatever little bag, the little corpse bag, dead body bag, body bag that he has. And they put thumbtacks in it while Darby Allin is being zipped up. So when they zip up Darby Allin in the body bag, Brian Cage picks up the goddamn bag with him in it and then recklessly slams him over the top rope. And I think he landed like neck head first. Top end. And you look at that and you go, my goodness, are we just trying to... Who booked that spot? That was one of the first spots I've ever seen where I go, dude, that could have gone so wrong. Darby can't protect himself. He doesn't see where or how he's gonna land. That like you're gonna kill him. That was one of those spots where I went, yeah, okay. Look, if you're gonna do dangerous spots like that, can we be a little bit more cautious? Like I would have personally. I don't even know. How do you do a spot like that and not hurt him? But yeah, it didn't look like he landed well. The other spot was at the end of the match where Lance Archer and Eddie Kingston are on the outside. And I think Jake was trying to scare Eddie Kingston with the snake, but he didn't take the snake out of the bag. He was just hitting Eddie with the bag. And I'm just like, I mean, okay, but just take the snake out. Like, take the snake out, throw it at him. That makes him go crazy and distracts him. And that's why Lance Archer wins the match. I'm like, wait, why are you hitting him with the snake bag? Like, just take the snake. That's a nitpick. But at the same time, it's like, no. Like, you got a snake? Pull it out the bag. I paid $50 for this. Why are you hiding the snake from me? So, nitpick it. Say it's a nitpick all you want, but that's just one of those things where I go, look, I paid $50 for this show. I want to see a snake. So, yeah, that was not a good match. Easily the worst casino battle royale match they've done. And I won't say it's all bad because Lance Archer is someone I think needs to be a main event player. I'm happy they made him win this match and he's going to fight Jon Moxley sometime in the future. But this was not a good match. It wasn't. It was easily one of the weakest matches on the card. And I say one of, because we have the weakest match next. And I just really want to just take this time to wish Matt Hardy a speedy recovery. Apparently, he was rushed to the hospital right after his match. No word on how serious his condition is, but if you're going to the hospital, it ain't good. Let's talk about it. Broken Rules match. Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. Apparently, it's a last man standing match that he calls a Broken Rules match. So it was just going to be a hardcore, all-out brawl. And on paper, you know, should have been a really good match. Unfortunately, the match begins. Matt Hardy does a DDT on a table. Looks pretty cool. But then they climb up a scaffold. They climb up a forklift, scaffold, whatever the hell it is. I think it was a forklift. And we see Matt and Sammy right above a table below. One table. They're looking back, and you already see it coming. They're going to fall off through the table, right? Simple spot. Unfortunately, when Matt falls, his entire body, half of his body eclipsed the table, and the back of his head hit the hard concrete. His shoulders and head hit the back of the hard concrete, and he was knocked out. He was legit knocked out. He was selling. He was knocked out. His eyes were shut, and he didn't move. And he stayed that way for like a good minute. And then he came back to consciousness. Then he tried to stand up. He fell back down. He tried to continue the match. He lost his equilibrium. He was stumbling all over the place. And I'm just sitting here like this, going, "Oh my God, stop the match. Stop. He can't stand. I don't think this is not something I want to see. Stop the match. Stop the match." And luckily, but at that point, referee Aubrey stops the match. She says, no. I was like, oh, thank God. They stopped the match. You know, Matt got back up, and clearly he wanted to continue.
I saw people on Twitter said they turned off the show after that spot. Or at the very least, it really killed the vibe of the show.
Well, I think the reason why people were pissed off is what I was getting ready to explain. After Matt got back on his feet, I don't know what doctor came in, but one of the doctors came in, examined him, and Matt told that doctor, "I can continue the match. Let me continue the match." And the doctor apparently said, "Yeah, he's good to go." So they restarted the match. To me, that was not a good decision. I did not agree with that. Okay, I understand why Matt wanted to finish the match, because he didn't want the fans to go home disappointed that they didn't get a match. I am actually a little bit more upset that they restarted that match with him having a concussion. He was clearly concussed. The man could barely walk. He couldn't stand. But they continued the match because a doctor said, "Well, he said he's okay. He can." No, you don't. He's concussed. Yes, he is gonna say continue the match because that's who he is. That's his pride talking. Wrestlers do not want to disappoint the audience. With that said, as a doctor, as someone who knows about his condition, that's supposed to be an expert on his condition, I would have thought he would have said, "Look, Matt, no. After what just happened, we're not going to finish this match. You can finish this match later on. Do the rematch later on." It happens. Shit happens. But Matt said, "Let's finish the match." So what ended up happening is Sammy just said, "No, we're going to finish this the right way. We're going to go right to the ending." So it wasn't even trying to make it seem like it was a match. They just basically went to the scaffold by the commentary desk at the end of the stage. They climbed the scaffold. They both are on top. They're fighting. Sammy falls through the staged wood, and they count him out to the count of 10, and Matt wins. And to me, it was just one of those things where I'm like, y'all could have just, you could have just left it alone. You just left it alone. You did the right thing by stopping the match, but then you continued it. Like, I don't know if that was a good call. And AEW tried throughout the entire night to cover their asses. They're talking about, look, we're not trying to say we continued it because Matt wanted it to be continued. Our doctor said, our medical physician said he was in good condition, he could finish the match. And all that jazz, and I don't know what else they're saying. I don't think it was a good move. I respect Matt for wanting to give the fans what they want. But because they continued the match, it left a sour taste in my mouth and a lot of fans' mouths. This show tanked. The show died after this spot. The crowd was dead. The commentators lost their energy. The fans on Twitter were angry. Social media, period, was angry. Me personally, I was too worried about Matt. I was very concerned about, damn it. God damn it, man. And when I was reading Twitter and I see people just shitting on AEW. Oh, this is why AEW is Bush Leagues. This is why AEW would never be WWE. I would like to think of myself as an AEW supporter. But as a supporter, I couldn't defend them here. I was just like, I can't. Fuck. God damn it. What am I supposed to say? Oh, Matt wanted to finish the match for you. Well, I can't say that. He's concussed. I don't know what to say. I can't defend them. So I'm watching AEW get all this heat. And it just killed it for me. It really just killed the vibe for me. It was hard.
And this may have hurt Jeff's chance of coming to AEW to join his brother Matt in the company. I believe Reby is going to off on AEW for this.
Reby Sky. Reby Hardy. Look. I don't agree with that. I think Matt and Jeff will still be a part of AEW very soon. Of course, when Matt recovers, he'll be back. And look, I don't know. Like, we can sit here all day and blame whoever agents the match. Why did they have that spot in there? I read a report from Pro Wrestling Sheets that they ran through that spot multiple times. That they did that same spot like 2 or 3 times and it was fine. It just so happened to be this spot was the one where it got screwed up. It happens. Accidents happen. But it was just the whole, okay, we're going to stop the match, but then restart it when he says, I can finish the match. So I don't know.
Alyx, why do you allow the super chats to interrupt?
Because I want y'all to have a voice. Let's address that real quickly, because I get a lot of people asking me, Alyx, why are you allowing the super chats to speak over you? Well, I believe that my fans should have a voice. And if you're going to spend money donating to me, you deserve to have a voice on my channel. And in this instance, during the review, unless it gets too crazy and people abuse it, yeah, I'll silence it, but why not let them talk? Why not let people have an opinion? I'm not going to silence my crowd. I'm not going to silence you. So why? Why should I just, stop what I do? I think that's what makes my channel unique. I'm not going to be like everybody else. I could turn off super chats. I could silence the super chat alerts. But I know me. I know me personally. If I do not catch them when they first come up, I'm never going to go back. And that's the last thing I need. I would hate for someone to donate money to give an opinion and I miss it. Because I did that one time, and it made me feel extremely bad. So I would rather you interrupt me, for now, than to ignore you and make you feel like your voice doesn't matter. That's just how I feel. Period. And I'm not taking that away from you. I could pause super chats and then play them later. Would y'all prefer that? Like, for real. Like, I can go to the live chat real quickly and ask y'all, like, do you prefer that I pause super chats and play them later? Because I feel like that's one of the best things about this channel. These super chat alerts are allowing you guys to be heard. It's a way for you guys to be a part of the video. It's a way to interact with my fans and for you guys to contribute. So that's just how I feel. Anyways, I just need to get that off my chest. I think AEW didn't quite handle that situation the best way. And yeah, they need to apologize. I think Tony Khan needs to come out and say, look, it was probably not the best decision to continue the match. Although nothing happened to him. No, I think if I had to redo it over again, I would just stop the match. You know, we can sit here all day and say the fans would have been disappointed. I don't think you could have fixed it.
Seeing this, I immediately thought of Owen Hart. Rip, accidents can happen. They should have ended the match. Hope Matt is okay.
And see, that's another thing too. When Owen Hart dropped Austin on his head in 1997, Austin got back up. He finished the match. They let him finish the match. It wasn't a good finish, but he still finished the match too. And I guess Matt comes from that era where I finish what I start. He's at that age where he's just too stubborn to just go out like a punk. He wants to finish what he starts. I respect that. Still, Tony Khan, AEW might need to issue an apology just to kind of let them know that if we had a chance to do it over again, yeah, we would have just stopped the match. Now, would that have saved the show? No. There was no saving the show after that spot. It was done. If they had stopped the match or restarted, it didn't matter. The show was dead. After Matt had that accident, the sales was let out. Nothing they did was going to bring the show back. And it's unfortunate because I thought the rest of the show was actually pretty good. If everything had went exactly how it was planned to go, it would have been a good show. I really do feel like it could have been and should have been a good show. But accidents happen, and they lost the crowd. They lost the audience after Matt Hardy hit his head. And they never got him back. They had him a couple of times during a couple of entrances, but no, they never got him back. They never got the crowd back. Even for this next match, which I think, personal opinion, match of the night, the AEW Women's Championship match, Hikaru Shida versus Thunder Rosa. I am so proud of Thunder Rosa. I did an interview with Thunder Rosa. Check it out. But for real, she is, I'm going to say it, she is one of the best female wrestlers in the world. And she proved it. Now, I understand she's under contract with NWA. NWA Power. If there's a way to get her to come back. Look, I don't know if NWA is even going to be around. I hear they're trying to come back, but man, I want Thunder Rosa on the roster. They need to get her. I wish she was staying, but she had a great match with Hikaru Shida. Loved it. Easily Hikaru Shida's best match. Without question, it's her best match. Might be one of the best matches for the women's division. Not trying to disrespect the women, but it is clear that Thunder Rosa is on a completely different level. So I love this. Match of the night for me. Hikaru Shida does retain, but she came out looking very good. Thank you, Thunder Rosa. Thank you for having a great match. And it sucks because if this was in front of a hot crowd, it would be even better. But the crowd was dead. Everyone was worried about Matt. Kip Sabian And Penelope Ford announced that they're getting married and they're promoting a wrestling wedding. Oh, why? Why are we doing a wrestling wedding on AEW? This is a WWE move. I don't want to watch a wrestling wedding. I don't give a damn how much of a wrestling trope it is. You should be above that, AEW. I'm not proud of that. I don't like that at all. I don't want to see a wrestling wedding where they almost get married and then someone comes out to ruin the marriage. And it's not going to end well. I don't like it. So they're already building up to it. He's going to choose the best man on Wednesday, and there's going to be a big celebration or a big wedding in the upcoming future. I think it's not going to go well. I'm not looking forward to it. I think it's going to suck. Just saying. But they're sticking to their guns. They're going to do it. Let me say this, though. At the end of the promo, this was nice. We saw Kip Sabian promote his Twitch. And then when he's promoting the Twitch, they actually have a graphic of the link to his Twitch with AEW, with an AEW note below saying, this promotion was approved by AEW. A nice little shot at WWE for telling their wrestlers that they can't use third-party apps like Twitch or Cameo. What about us? Love that. What about us? What about us?
NWA is going to try to come back next week on PPV.
Well, good luck to them. For real. I hope they succeed. Alright. Though, yeah, nice shot at WWE by Kip Sabian. That was actually pretty funny. I think we have another super chat coming in. We do? Cool. I'll let that super chat play and then we will continue. It should be playing anytime now. Come on. Is it not going to play? Because if you're not going to play, I'll just go on to the... See, when I start talking about the next match, it's probably... What about us? What about us? What about us?
Thunder Rosa is better than all AEW women combined.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the women would agree. I hate saying that. I'm sorry. I love Britt Baker. I love Big Swole. I really do love all of them. Nia Jax. You name them. But y'all don't compare to Thunder Rosa. You don't. And you know you don't.
Joey Janela should interrupt the wedding and try to get his girl back. That would be hilarious. I would dig that feud.
And we all know that's why we're doing it. It's just another way to build into the long-term feud between Joey Janela and Kip Sabian. And you're just like, oh, this love triangle stuff. That's another WWE trope. God. Ugh. But yes, I did like the shot at WWE. Okay, let's move on to the rest of this card. The Dark Order versus the former Zack Ryder. The artist formerly known as Zack Ryder, Mark Cardona. Always Ray. Scorpio Sky and the Natural Nightmares. That's Dustin Rose and QT Marshall. So, the Queen Slayer, Anna Jay. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the hell they did to her, but every time she's on my TV set, I am mesmerized. And Brandy Rhodes, you just became the biggest heel by kicking Anna Jay. What the hell is your problem? I hope Anna Jay chokes your ass out. You don't kick the Queen Slayer. She do nothing to you. Sorry, the match. It was alright. It was decent. Like, this match really suffered from a dead crowd. Like, you can just tell the crowd was just not into it. They were not even trying to care. It wasn't anybody's fault. I thought everyone did their best to make the most out of this match. And there was the story where Brody Lee, the Exalted One, the leader, basically had the match won for their team. And he told Colt Cabana, woo, woo, to follow up. He does a moonsault and gets his ass pinned. And he loses the match for the team. And the Dark Order says, you suck, Colt Cabana, we're leaving the arena without you. Until one of the was it Eva Uno? One of the members came and got him. But yeah, the Dark Order lost. Team Cardona, Matt Cardona, wins, and Dustin Rhodes is now getting a title shot this Wednesday. That's my reaction. That's about it. So what I thought was going to be match of the night, AEW Tag Team Championship, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus FTR. My goodness, like this should have been an Omega Classic. It was only a good match because you guessed it, the crowd was dead. The crowd is. Now, people were telling me that it was hot inside the Daily's Place Arena. It was like 79, no, 90, 70. Yeah, right. I wish it was 79 degrees. People would actually be, what? That's humid. People would actually be happy. It was 97 degrees. They were hot. It was not a fun place to be. So you're already miserable and stuck from the heat. Then you get hit with that Matt Hardy spot. You're not getting the crowd back. And they didn't. They couldn't get the crowd. They worked their asses off. All four men worked their asses off, and they couldn't get the crowd into it. You had Kenny Omega, what people call the best wrestler in the world, and the best tag team in the world. FTR, this should have been a classic. It was just good. It was a good match, but it was just good. Because the spots that required the crowd to be into it felt dead. And it hurt the match. And that's unfortunate. It sucks. FTR does win the tag team titles. And then afterwards, Kenny Omega has something. I think it's like a wooden chair. And it looks like he's about to attack Hangman Page. Like Hangman Page almost attacked him at Revolution. But then he throws the chair down and leaves the ring. Hangman Page tries to give him a hug, but Omega steps out the way and lets him fall on his ass. Omega is seen walking out of the arena with the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks are like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? And Omega is saying, I'm done. It's time to bring back the cleaner. Hey, you want to come with me? Shoot yourself. Gets in a limousine or whatever. It looks like an Uber. Gets in his personal driving car and he just drives off. He leaves early. So, like I said with the Young Bucks, it's time. I am ready for Kenny Omega to become the cleaner and retake his spot on top as the best wrestler in the world. I'm ready. Period. It's time. It's time for Kenny Omega to reclaim his spot. I need the cleaner to come back. You've nerfed yourself long enough. You did what you had to do to get everyone else over, and people appreciate you for it, Kenny. Enough nerfing yourself. I want the cleaner. Hashtag the cleaner. I want the guy that broke Dave Meltzer's scale. I want the guy that gave New Japan Pro Wrestling their biggest ticket sales, their biggest run on top. I want the guy that we all said would help carry AEW to a point where they are beating WWE in the ratings. I want that Kenny Omega. I want him back. I want him here. Because it's time. It's time out. It's time out with the whole, all right, we're going to nerf ourselves to get everyone over. No, enough of that. Okay, you've given them a year. They're good. Now it's time for you to take your spots on top and raise the stakes. Raise the level to a point where the wrestlers have to come up to your level. Yeah, you're executives. People are going to say, oh, well, they're executives. They're putting themselves over. You know what? Here's what needs to happen. Until people come up to your level, fine. Let them bitch. Let them complain. That's where I am right now. Let them complain. Give Cody Rhodes all the championships. Give Kenny Omega all the championships. Give the Young Bucks multiple tag team title runs. I don't care at this point. I want AEW to get to their apex. I want AEW to start having match of the year after 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 match of the year. They might get it this year with that amazing tag match. I don't know if they're going to beat Kota Ibushi and Okada, but it's going to be up there. Definitely better than WWE's matches, but regardless, it's time out for the nerfing. You are the main event. You are. Kenny Omega is the main event.
Tony said that Matt is okay. He passed protocol.
Okay, sure. It's gonna be rough for Tony going forward. He's gonna take a lot of heat, and how he handles it will let me know if this company is really serious about, being a legit competition. So that's good. Glad Matt's all right. But yeah, Omega, I want the cleaner. I want the cleaner. You hears me? I want the cleaner. I like you, and I want you. Sorry, that's enough of that. Okay. Let's talk about this. What's next? The Mimosa Mayhem match. Yeah, the Mimosa Mayhem match. Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. Where to win, you had to either pin your opponent, make him submit, or throw him in a tub. 500-gallon tub of mimosa, which is orange juice mixed with a little bit of the bubbly. This match was solid. They did a good job. And again, this match suffered because the crowd was dead. The crowd came alive for Chris Jericho's theme song. I become man. Judas in my mind. Really, really loud. They came alive for that. That was the loudest the crowd has been all night. It never got back there. The match was pretty much what you expect it to be. We saw a lot of spots where they teased going into the tub. And when you see the tub, you already know, alright, well, it can't just end in a pinfall or submission. Someone has to go in that tub. And someone did. That was Chris Jericho. After Orange hit him with the orange punch, which is better than the Superman punch. Yeah, I said it! It better than the Superman punch. Yeah, I said it! So Orange Cassidy beats Chris Jericho. And I think he was
AEW Corporation stable coming with Elite leading.
Whatever. You want to do that, go for it. But yes, Chris Jericho loses clean to Orange Cassidy, and Orange wins the feud. So what's next for Orange Cassidy? He should challenge for the AEW TNT Championship. I want to see that match. Orange Cassidy versus Brody Lee. Let's do it. Sounds good? Cool. Main event. Jon Moxley versus MJF. MJF did a nasty blade job in this match. It was... I don't want to say it was Eddie Guerrero levels, but it was close. Like, he was bleeding a lot. Like, mass transit. ECW a lot. And I bet New Jack was all like, God damn. I didn't cut that bad. He was bleeding a lot, though. It wasn't, like, seriously bad, but he lost a lot of blood. But the blood did help the match. And again, like the rest of the matches, good performances from both men. Love the psychology of Moxley trying to figure out how to beat him without the DDT. The double arm DDT. But the crowd wasn't into it. They were dead. They were ready to go home. It was 3 hours. 3 hours and a half and 97-degree heat. Following the fact that Matt Hardy took a bump and had to go to the hospital. And it was just a rough time to be there. It really was. But they still powered through it. They had a good match. And I love the finish. You see MJF telling a Warlord to throw him the little ring. The little AEW ring. And then Moxley sees it. And Moxley's like, oh, you're trying to cheat? Well, since you're trying to break the rules, okay. Hits him with the DDT while the referee didn't see it. So he still beat him with the DDT. But the referee didn't see it, so Moxley loses. But what I love about this is because yes, he had his first loss, but it protects him. And what you could do with this, if AEW is smart, and they are, you can have Jon Moxley, MJF, come on Dynamite and talk about Jon Moxley breaking the rules. And then he'll try to put in a lawsuit where it's like, I should be AEW champion. He broke the lawsuit. He shouldn't be the AEW champ. I should be the champ. Jon Moxley cheated. He didn't follow the rules. And then they'll say, well, you didn't follow the rules either, bitch. So he didn't do anything wrong. And then we're gonna get a rematch. I don't know. We'll see. They're clearly setting up for Moxley versus...
MJF won't win the title till Cody is back.
Probably. You think they're gonna do Cody and MJF? I'll have to see about that. Yeah, I feel like right now, Moxley's too good. I think Moxley, they made the right decision to keep him on top. He might be the best champion in wrestling for 2020 during this pandemic. Yep. Jon Moxley is the best champion during this pandemic so far. We still got a couple more months to go, but no, by the end of it, he might be Wrestler of the Year. Yeah, he already is Wrestler of the Year for PWI. But yeah, with the looks of it, yep. One of the best champions we got. So, Moxley beating him, MJF losing, first loss in AEW to Jon Moxley. It's cool. He'll be alright. So they're going to build to Lance Archer and Jon Moxley for a future episode of Dynamite or something. Full Gear needs to be Omega versus Moxley. And Omega needs to beat Moxley. Again, I'm done. I'm done with them nerfing themselves. Stop nerfing yourselves. Take your spots on top. It's enough. It's enough of the, we want to let everybody else get over. Enough of that. Enough of it. It's done. It's over with. Take your spot on top. Period. That's my review. Decent show. Decent show that was hurt by some very, very scary moments. Matt Seidel's botch, and then, of course, Matt Hardy's fall off the forklift, and then they had him continue the match. So, again, how AEW handles this going forward will determine if they're really worth a damn. So, that's my thoughts. Give me your thoughts in the live chat. What y'all got to say? What you got to say? Let's see. What's the name of the $2 super chat? It's called What About Us by Brandy. Ultra Shout 97 says the show was too long. That's why the crowd was dead. AEW needs to shorten the length of their pay-per-views. It was long as hell. It was long and it was hot. And then you know the rest. It was a very long show. But regardless, for a show to be decent and be your weakest show, that's not something to really complain about.
Look what Hardy's wife Reby said on Twitter.
Oh. Reby. Reby. Why you keep saying Reby? It's Reby, goddammit. Let me pull up the Twitter real quick. I want to see what Reby Sky, aka Reby Hardy, had to say. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord.
Alyx, did you see what an ODQ tweeted out about a fan trying to touch Moxley upon his entrance to the ring? I retweeted it to you. Please give thoughts.
Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna go to Twitter. Let me get everybody's super chats in real quick because I saw another one. Or was that it? Okay, I'm gonna assume that's it. So, Everyone join me on the Twitter. Raha. Okay, so you're going to join me here on Twitter. And we're going to go to Rebby. Not Reby. Rebby Hardy. Okay, this is what she said. And I quote, "Let me be absolutely effing clear. There is nothing entertaining about a concussion. Shame on everyone in that goddamn building." Yeah, I would be pissed off too. Again, I don't think it was a good call to let him continue the match. It wasn't. And then he tweeted, "I love you. I gotta head to the football field. Head to the football field and just a minute to start our match. Hope you enjoy. I love you. Don't be dumb. What the? You practically cleared the table. What the fuck, Matt? What the goddamn fuck?" She was pissed off. What the goddamn fucking fuck? Jesus. And fans are not happy about that. Why would they be? People are gonna give AEW heat for it. That's just the reality of the situation. They're gonna give AEW heat for it. You want me to watch a fan video? That's what I'm looking for right now. Might have to retweet it to me. Because I'm looking for. Oh! So, people are asking me about Jim Ross's statement. Where he told, I forgot what it was. Where he said something about, "I kind of wish Anna Jay gets a wardrobe malfunction." And you're like, "Oh, Jim. Bro. Look. It's kind of hard not to be hitting on Anna Jay because she fine, but..." And he apologized for it because he said it was a joke, but, you know, it's like, you gotta think about what you say, bro. But he did apologize. Didn't mean to offend anyone, the wardrobe malfunction line. We could take the humor, sorry. Yeah, it was a horrible joke. Not something to go, "Well, he needs to be fired." It was just a horrible joke. Where's the, you might have to retweet it to me, because where is the video of Moxley coming out and the fan trying to tackle him? How about this? Jon Moxley fan. Here it is. Oh, here it is. Well, I don't want to play that because then I might get copyright struck. So here we go. And okay, there's a fan and Moxley. Oh, he just tackled his ass down. Moxley just gave him a little tongue lash and then he just continued. That fan is crazy. Who was that? Alright, he wasn't bothering nobody after that. He just wanted to touch him. Wanted to give him a little piece. And everyone's saying it might be a setup because he didn't go after him anymore. It is what it is. I'm not complaining. By the way, show some love to Thunder Rosa, who follows me on Twitter, by the way. It's my girl. She did really good. I'm very proud of her. I really am. She did a very good job. Alright, well. There you go. The reason why Kenny is taking so many steps back is because people were bitching, which is ironic because now people want Kenny to establish his own reign of terror like Triple H in the early 2000s. People are gonna complain, period. This is what it is.
Moxley said Renee Young was in the crowd tonight.
She was. I didn't see her. They would have called her out if she was there. Well, he's not someone who will lie either. So maybe she was. Let's see here. Pissed at AEW. Hope he's good. Vincent. A lot of people are pissed at AEW. Let's see here. Abdullah. I lost my interest after the incident. I did not enjoy the show. Join the club. Join the club. Zachary Hayne, we just had the speaking out movement a couple months ago. Right, you don't want Jim Ross to be tied up in that. Martin Braun says, is that me singing? No, that is someone else singing. That is a cover. Let's see here. Zachary Haynes saw me do the Teddy Long. That's the Teddy. That's the Teddy right there. Alright, that's enough. Renee, AEW confirmed. Uh-oh. I guess Renee is coming. Watch her show up as an interviewer. Cussing. Saying, fuck these bitches. Fuck you bitches. I will laugh if Renee comes up and the first thing she says is, fuck you bitches. My goodness. Let's see here. Today was just not AEW's day. It wasn't. It really wasn't. It's nobody else's fault. It's just what it is. You're gonna have bad shows. You're going to have bad shows. And again, what determines if you are a great show or not is how you bounce back. Period. I think they're going to be okay. They're going to bounce back, hopefully. Unlike WWE, who's about to get hit by a huge a huge kind of I was gonna say lawsuit, but who knows? It's gonna be crazy when it really does hit the fan that WWE is trying to make their talent slaves. Giovanni says, feel bad for Seidel. I used to love watching Evan Bourne.
This commentary team needs Morrow bad.
Man, Morrow would have helped keep the show at least exciting because of his energy. Martin Braun, women being sexually abused is no joke. It really isn't. But yeah, the last guy was talking about Evan Bourne and how much it sucked that he botched. What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? You can't go back in time and change it. It sucks. Jordan Williams, every team has rainy days, but can AEW weather the storm and bounce back? I think they will. I have faith in this company. I hope they do weather the storm. It happens. Fighting gameplay VR. AEW had gotten the worst night in terms of their pay-per-views. It was night for the mats. One more. We'll do one more and then we'll skedaddle. Beef Anal says, I hope 2021 starts off great. I think when 2021 comes around, AEW will be back on its feet because that's when the crowds hopefully will be back and things will get back to normal. Hopefully. Alright, that's going to do it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for my All Out review. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. Give me your thoughts down below in the comments. What was your match of the night? And just all thoughts on Matt Hardy, Matt Sydal. Was this the weakest AEW show? Or is it really not appreciated? Maybe it's better than what we're making it out to be. Maybe it's better than what we're making it out to be. That's what I was trying to say, but I rushed it. But thank you for making me a part of your day, and I hope you have a great night. It's late. Get you some rest. You watched a 3-hour show. See you guys next time. It's Alyx, just Alyx, signing out right here in Alyx's world. I'm out. Peace.